Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to continue our discussion related to component and service communication. Prior to this session, we talked about a way through which we can send the data from component to service and from service to component, right? But in this session, we are going to talk about an example where we will do a two-way communication. That means data will be sent from one component to service, then service will process the data, and then another component will receive it. So you can say here we will talk how to send the data from service from component to service and service to component in both way. Okay, and we will discuss each and everything with a very simple way. I'll explain you the requirement first. As per the requirement, we will write the logic and then we will verify the output. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic and to follow the things. And for your best practices, like I have already provided a free of cost learning material complete course, free of cost, available in the description box, so you can find out the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available for all of you, and then you can refer it. Okay, all right, so let's move further. Here we can see that we have one HTML file that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit. After this, we will put another heading which will tell the topic name, that is component and service two-way communication. Okay, component and service two-way communication. So with this heading, one thing is sure that we need a component and we need a service. One component is already there, that is app.component.ts, and another one we will create later. If you want to use it in the same, that is also fine, but just to explain you in a simple way, I will create two components. One is already there, one I will create, and we will create one service. Now to understand this concept in a very simple way, let's relate it with the real world scenario. So suppose there is one radio station. Okay, so one user sends the request to that radio station to play a particular song. Once that radio station received this request, it will process the song, then other user will also listen the same song, right? So here in this scenario, you can consider that radio station is a service, component is a user who is sending the song name, and another component are also a user who is receiving the who is listening the songs from a radio station. So we have three entities. One is component A, which is in our case we will consider it as a app component, which will send the request, then service, which is a radio station, and then we have third, that is component again, that will receive the value, that means receive the listen the song. Now to implement this thing, let's create the required thing. So firstly I will create the service. So ng angular g generate s is service, my folder, and after my folder we will write here service name. So I will create a service name with a radio station. Okay, and I will also skip the test file because we don't need it. So hyphen skip hyphen tests. Perfect. Now press enter. So once you press enter, it will create one folder with a one file only, because we don't use that spec.ts, right? So I just skipped it with this particular thing. Now we have this file which is radiostation.service.ts. so this is the main file you can consider as a radio station. So here what we will do, we will write a logic which will receive one song name, and at the same time that song name will be transferred or emitted for the another components. So for that, you can see this is available on the root level. That means entire application can use it. Here in constructor area, I will just remove it. Firstly, let's create one private keyword. Just use private. Then we will write here station equal new of subject. Then here we will write string, then parenthesis. After this we will write here broadcast dollar equal this dot station dot as observable. Okay, so what we did, like we created it as a observable, that means it can receive the thing and also it can emit the value. Okay, so from here we are also emitting the data. Now next what we are going to do, after this we are going to create one function or a method, you can say, which will receive the song name, and we know that it's a string. And always remember, this is case sensitive, so whatever you are writing, make sure to write it in the same case, otherwise it won't work for you. Okay, so here this dot station dot next, and then we will put the song name here. That's it. So that's the logic for the service, where what we did, we received one song name, set it to station dot next. Okay, so and after that we are just simply, here also we have logic that convert this value and emit the value whenever it is needed. So you can see a subject is a special type of observable that allows values to multicast it to many observers. Subjects are like event emitters. Okay, so every subject is observable and observer. You can subscribe to subject, and you can call next to feed value as well as error and a complete. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. Fine, now this is ready. Now we will go to app.component.ts file, which is nothing but a user who is sending the request. So for that, what we will do here, in the app component area, I will create one constructor. Here I will write private radio, let it like this, radio. Then we will write here radio service, radio session service. Okay, and then we will add here opening closing parenthesis. Then we will write here play song, which is nothing but a method. So I will just write here play song, and with this method we will send the name of the song. So I will write here this dot radio dot play, and then the name of the song. So let's write it like this, Angular Beats. Okay, fine. Now you can put a semicolon over here. So what we did so far, like let me go again. I think I closed the file by mistake. Okay, yeah. So here you can see this dot radio dot play is Angular Beats, which means we are sending the value to this component, which we also discussed in last session, like how to send the data from component to service. But to call this method we need a button, right? So let's add the button over here. So what I'll do now, I'll simply create one button here, and in this button I will write play song, and let's bind it with the Angular click method, and here we will write play song, which is a method. Always make sure that you are writing everything in the same case, otherwise it will throw you the error. Okay, so this thing is done. Now let's quickly create the another component, because we want to we want to listen this song also, right? So from here we send the song name, observable will receive it and emit also, right? So now it's time to receive it through the another component. So we will create here the component ng, where ng is Angular, g is generate, c is component, and component name is listener, listener. That's it. Press enter, it will automatically create a component for you, where in this component we will go to listener.component.ts, and in this ts portion we will write the further logic. Okay, so for that what I'll do, I'll firstly subscribe to this thing that is called service. So private radio station service, and then we will write here, as this is a method, so let's write like this. Here we will write ng on init and double curly braces. Here I will write this dot radio dot broadcast dollar dot subscribe, then parenthesis s equal arrow this dot song. So basically what we are doing here, we are just subscribing the what we can say service, let's save it. Song is not defined, so let's define it. This is nothing but a song, so let's keep it blank. Perfect. Okay, so what we are doing here on ng on init, we have subscribed to this broadcast, which is nothing but like it will help us to receive the data which is emitted by the service. Okay, and now to show this thing, what we will do, we will go to its HTML file, listener component.html file. Here I will write 2 br tag to make a proper lining, and then we will print playing now and the name of the song. That's it. Now we are good to run the application. So ng serve -open, enter. Wait for few seconds and then it will automatically run the application. And here you can see Angular 19 goes by text Sharmit is there, component service two-way communication is there. When you click on play song, okay, we forget to add this listener na. So let's go to app.component.html again. Here we will just attach this listener app. So app listener, that's it. Save it, refresh it. So now if I click on this play song, right now it is blank. When I click on play song, it will show me the music. That means when I click on this, data is sent from app.component.ts app component to service, then service process it. That's why we have got this value when it is received via component 2 or a listener component. Okay, so this is how we can do a two-way communication between component and service. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.